to the bathroom.
Basically,
Hello.
every Chinese guy out there.
Uh-oh.
Hello.
What a time for me to
There's a
return.
Chinese guy out there?
Is Nara about to drop some racial truths on us?
Oh,
well, we were
boy.
talking about
yeah.
recovering drug addicts, and he
Oh
mentioned every
boy,
Chinese
my
guy,
favorite. So, let's go ahead and go straight into the fucking recap instead.
Alrighty. Last session, we got our level ups. Very exciting. Then we dealt with Mr. Lich, who turned out to be very cool, although it was kind of a touch and go deal making session where I wasn't sure if he was just gonna kill us and turn us into undead soldiers, but we worked out a pretty decent deal where he teleported us away and we pitched his partnership with the Brass Baron. Then we got to the Brass Baron's hideout, debriefed, let him know what happened in what's the city's name?
Zyracost.
Zyracost. Debriefed the whole Zyracost situation with the Brass Baron, and then went and had a meeting with my injured dad. He is recovered, but not 100%, so he's likely going to retire. And he let me know prophecy he heard about me, and then we ended the session. So I think that's everything. I feel like the conversation with the Lich took up the majority of the session.
There was also some undertones, some subtle hints to something. Things like that.
Yeah.
Releasing Doomslayer.
Okay.
Releasing Doomslayer, yes. Oh
yeah,
my God.
The Doomslayer is now on the... But yes, well done.
I actually watched other episodes this week, hoping to see some other party run into the Lich, but that didn't happen.
Not yet. Don't worry, some shit's gonna go down, so...
Oh, Dark Side.
Consequences!
Can you kick me from the server?
Can I kick you? No, I'd never kick you. You're a cool guy.
You do kick him down in combat, though.
Oh, that's not me doing that.
He's just my Bionicles.
Also,
That's just skill issues.
First of all, you are the group that asked me to do that. I don't fucking have any backs.
Yes, and if you give us a chance, we absolutely
I fucking put it down on
again.
the scroll, sign this that says you can't complain. Everybody signed it instantly, and then I just started banging my Bionicles together.
See Billy duel someone. I want the Bionicles again.
I can't believe that happened, dude. This is so funny. It was just like, yeah, play with your toys in front of us. Yeah, we want to watch. Yeah. Like...
Yeah,
we paid for the soldiers. We want to see the soldiers fight.
Yeah, look at him.
That's still one of my favorite sessions, and I love that Arcadum just doesn't believe that. I was like, I love that session so much.
I really don't, dude. Like, I just no way. All right, you guys go and give me like 2 seconds. I gotta go grab my food, but go and just yap up what you're gonna do next, because we got lots to talk about today. Be right back.
Woo!
All right, let's
Big 32 in the chat.
Let's hear what tasks the Brass Baron has, his immediate goals, and if possible, do you guys want to return to the Brass Shadows and, like, go that way?
What do you mean? Go which way?
We're probably going to Mournhall, right?
Yeah, because he needs a strike, because something went wrong with the invasion, and he needs a strike team to go in and...
Yeah. Do you want to infiltrate via the south, so we can do so with the Brass Shadows? Meet up with Billy?
I don't even know what our options are yet.
Yeah.
We might be getting ahead of ourselves talking about that. I think we should just talk about like what we plan on doing here before we get our options for our next missions.
I mean, we're heading out
as soon as we
can, right?
Like,
or are we gonna take a break?
I wouldn't mind staying here for a little while because I need. I mean, we were talking about a little bit before the session, but I need more special arrows and speed potions.
Yeah.
Does anybody else need anything?
I would assume that we're going to be taking at least 3 days before we head out.
Plenty of time.
Yeah, that's plenty of time, but it's more so for like, like learning, mainly just like Cleavland possibly learning spells and then just crafting essentials.
I'm fine with the
Learning
3
Those are
very
just
days.
swapping out.
but making definitely enough. I'm not sure about learning though.
What spells are you hoping to pick up, man?
Hold on, I have a list of cantrips. I wanted to get.
Brass Spirit might also have scrolls that you'd be able to learn
Yeah.
from.
Yeah.
I also
Also, you.
am probably
Yeah.
going to beg everyone here. Do you know Find Greater Steed?
Oh my
Also,
god.
but I do have to say that we still have the scroll of greater restoration that we didn't use.
Well, I mean, let's use
Could
it now.
use that. You could learn it now.
You could learn that and then use it on Dufresne.
Or you could use a scroll on Dufresne.
No, that's stupid. Learn it.
That's wasteful. Learn that shit.
Learn that
Hey,
shit and then
we
experiment
ordered
on
it.
Brokhar's
Yeah.
father. I'm sure it'll go wonderfully. Let's have the
So
Blood
is it
Mage
lesser or
experiment
greater
on your dad.
Is it less of
Blood
greater
Mage
restoration?
experiment on
Greater.
Don't we have lesser as well?
Actually, I'm probably gonna try and buy like a decent shield as well, just in case I want to try and go melee.
So like. a
Why do you
tower
want to go?
shield
Okay, no.
or-
Okay, hold on.
Well,
Do you
the
not
one
like
benefit of
being
melee is because of my sleight of hand. If I could get mastery in that, then I could make. I could try and steal stuff from opponents whenever I make melee attacks.
I don't.
Would you like my rapier? I have a very
I mean,
nice
it's-
one for you.
Yeah, it's also.
Well, I've already got a weapon. I just want a shield to go along with it.
Would you like my
You should
shield?
get like
I
a
have one
brass
that I
shield or
had
something.
since level 3.
I mean, if you have
Actually,
a shield
no,
you
I
don't
don't have
need,
it
go ahead and. Oh, okay.
Thank you.
If
Do you want
anybody has
like
a buckler,
actual better shield, like something with brass
Actually, no,
or
I
something
have
with
it.
traits?
It wasn't
Like a
destroyed.
masterwork shield?
what do you guys have?
In chat.
Yeah, post it in chat. Oh shit. Okay. So, Silver's buckler.
In Foundry.
Hey, Caped, if you're here, can you kick me out? My Foundry's fucking up.
Just reload it.
I did!
I'm
Do
here.
it better.
I kicked you out.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, Silver, I'll take that. If you're not using it anymore, I will definitely take that.
I will want it back though.
Okay.
At level 10.
Okay, fine.
Don't.
Well, then I might as well
Is-
just get my own. Like I
I want it back at level 10 though. Alright, I'll just get my own then.
I'll see what they have if they have anything available to buy. I'll see if there's anything I can pick up.
Okay.
I also need to replace my backpack, so if possible, I want to buy that as well. Oh, the tragedy.
How are you gonna borrow a French fry? You gonna give it back?
In about 7 hours.
But I think my understanding is, in the near future, I believe the Lich Zyra will show himself before the Brass Baron.
But we have to call him forth. Like once the
Yeah.
Brass Baron accepts the deal, if he
Is
accepts
that the plan
deal.
though? Alright, okay, gotcha.
For now.
If that's the case,
Well, I
then,
mean, we made him aware of what's going on. I mean, the rest is kind of up to him.
that's true.
It's gonna take a
We
few
should-
days before the Brass Baron is ready to give his answer.
Yeah, obviously.
I will take those days.
So you got a couple of days to do some stuff. If you want.
Alright.
Can I
boys.
retrain my nature into sleight of hand mastery? Do I have enough time for that?
Wait, like your nature skill focus into your sleight of hand to get mastery?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I'll take about 5 days.
Are we gonna stay that long?
Who knows?
Can.
We could
I
distract
mean,
the guy
here's-
long enough so that he take
You
longer
could
time
you
to
could
figure
you
out
could
his shit.
ask for 5 days.
Is everybody fine with asking for at least that long?
I'm fine.
Yes.
Yeah, I can use 5
Okay.
days here.
Also,
Alrighty.
Silver's gonna. Can Silver do a medicine check on his own bodies to see if there's any changes in his bodies from the demon waste? Being in a demon waste for that long, he's worried about what's going on in his body.
Sure.
Ooh. That's all the luck I get today.
Well, there are certainly some rashes and other evidence of the corruption. You did not stay long enough to undergo its effects, it would seem. Or without the proper protections you already had.
I see. Alright. Sick.
How long does it take to retrain weapon specialization?
3 days.
And how long does it take to retrain a weapon trick?
3 days.
Okay. And I will start retraining from
let me do
Bastard
this
Sword to
just
Great
to
Sword.
Figure out how this works. Broseph, just stand there.
I am not even in the game right now.
Damn, that wouldn't even hit you. But, like, let's say I was using the sleight of hand mastery. Do I just make a check, assuming that hit, do I just make a check after that?
Yeah.
And that uses up, if I'm reading that right, it uses up reaction, so I only get it once.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Okay. Simple enough.
Well, once a round.
Well, yeah. Once around.
Is there a alchemist desk that I could use?
Yeah.
Alright.
You have all the
So what's
basic
gonna-
facilities here.
Okay. So Silver's gonna go to the alchemy desk. He's going to work on another 2 bottles of the speed potion. And while he's doing so, he's going to under the table prepare a report for Isola for all the things that has happened from the time he left for the demon waste to this moment. And he's gonna
You got
leave it blank on the end of the pages to wait for the breast parent's decision before he completes the report. That way, when he gets the idea, he can just fill it quickly and set it up.
Logging now, I will be spending 6 days retraining Weapon Trick and Master and Bastard Sword to Great Sword to prep for level 10. And to start prepping for the big swords. You okay? You guys okay waiting one more day than the 5 to go for 6?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, that's all I need.
Cool.
And then I'll make
That's
arrows
okay.
on the road.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I can do
I
arrows
talk
while we
to a
travel.
blacksmith or weaponsmith and see if they, or somebody who has shields for sale. I just want to see what they got.
Oh, I'll go with you. I need a great sword.
I mean, you could requisition any item to be made up to tier 4.
Oh, okay.
Oh, baby.
Well, come back to me. I'll
Oh,
look at
babe.
what I can get.
What tier of weapon can we make in 6 or 7 days, or can we requisition to be made in that time?
Tier 4.
Tier 4? Okay.
Full.
Oh, sweet.
Da, da, da,
I
da.
don't know. I recommend anybody with a good dex get like a bow.
Would no harm in asking. I'm gonna assume that Find Greater Steed is not a spell available to be learned here.
It is.
Okay. Sorry, I I didn't expect it. Yes. Anyways, so how many days would that take to learn, and also what would be the cost of that?
What's the level of the spell?
I believe that's a 4th level spell. Gonna double check.
400 gold pieces, 4 hours.
400 gold pieces, 4 hours? Okay. And then, how much for... I think. What's the overhead cost of just like a cantrip?
50 gold.
and I'm assuming like an hour to learn, or 30 minutes.
An hour.
An hour. Okay.
Okay, can I ask the Arcanists, see if they have translated the Dwarven journal we gave them, the Alchemist one?
Which one is that? Remind me where you got it.
On that creepy cart, we found those, like, not dead dwarves on, and there was a merchant's, I believe it was a noble's, caravan. They were all hanging, but they were still alive, and there's...
Oh, yeah, I know. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, the Mirror Demons.
The Mirror Demons.
The Mirror Demons. Huh. You know, already having shield and counterspell makes this a lot easier of a decision.
They have finished translating it.
Sweet. We'll take a peek at that if...
Okay, can I get a light shield with brass and spikes?
Yeah.
By any chance, do you need me to make it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you want again?
A light shield with brass and spikes.
Light shield with brass and spike. Okay, not a buckler.
Thank you, Nara.
That silence for a moment. Light shield, yes. Where is it? There it is.
All right, Balthazar.
Yeah?
As you peruse the manual, now fully translated, you can see that the entire thing, according to those that have translated it, was one single formula, maddeningly scribbled across the edges of pages, etched out, restarted over and over again, until finally it was completed. You now have the recipe for the elixir of shattered glass.
Pulling up my, let's see, elixir of shattered glass. What does it take to make?
It takes 5,000 gold pieces and 65 stocks.
Hmm.
Do I know what it does?
It opens a doorway.
Okay.
Ah.
Okay. All right.
In your mind, about to blast off, son.
In black.
What that does, might ask the Lich about that once he's done talking to the bear.
That's crazy.
Do either Balthazar or Mr. Silver have the means to improve gemstones? Because I know we got that alchemical thing that improves.
None of you have the skill for that.
Yeah.
Completely separate skill set.
Okay, I thought it was an alchemical thing to improve the quality of the gemstone.
It is
or
not.
improve
It is
with
a
like
stone. It is a stone cutter's kit. There's a
Hmm.
whole. There's a whole rule subset that supports that.
Okie dokie.
Arcadum. In notes, I posted just a list of like a spell and a cantrips to learn. Are any of those unavailable?
Sapping sting. Rest is fine.
Oh, maybe you can identify that, like, ice chunk you've been working on. Fire and ice one.
I am retraining, so I don't have the time for the checking that out. If you want to check it out, you're more than welcome to.
I mean, I could take it to the smiths for you.
Sure. I'll
Alright.
have the frozen ice chunk taken to the smiths for further identification.
It is beyond their skill to identify.
Shit.
Sure.
Unfortunate.
Maybe after you're done.
Yeah.
Oof. Let's see now. Are there any unique longbow masterwork qualities that the Baron has, or is it just the basic ones?
Brass.
Brass? Yeah.
Fair enough.
Do we have access to the rending property here?
No.
Okay.
I do need a brass shield, though. Just a light shield.
Wait, rending? Just
Rending,
regular
yeah.
rending?
Just regular rending.
Yeah, you're fine.
Alright, thank you.
Huh. Are there any? Hey guys, are there any like utility spells you would want Cleveland to pick up?
Mending.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm getting that.
Do you have anything that affects the whole party, like aid?
Yeah.
Or affects a large group?
Well, I'm thinking more so like like identify, those kind of spells.
Knock. Lamau.
Maybe.
Tongues.
Berry fire.
Fairy fire would be
Fairy fire.
based,
Hmm.
but it's not as good as bless, is the issue. Depending.
Depending.
Well, if you pick up fairy fire, you don't have to cast anything on Elias, so Elias would still get advantage on all of his attacks without taking any.
That
exposure.
is very intelligent, Major.
I'm always
Look,
thinking
I'm gonna
about
be
my
fully
first
honest.
life.
I'm gonna be completely honest. The only reason why he needs advantage is just to crit more. He's gonna hit things. He's
Yeah.
fine.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, we clearly don't crit enough.
Yeah, like tongues is interesting.
Tongues is. I'd say get
Um,
tongues. Makes it easier for us to work around
Yep.
things.
Hey, Elias, do we have any quartz in that bag of gemstones?
Yeah, probably.
Arcadum, is there a person here who could cut the quartz for a gem
Probably will cost.
enhancement? Like a warrior's cut?
300 gold, yep.
300 gold? Okay, I'll pay that. Thank you, I'll put that in notes.
Silver is gonna hand Balthazar the great sword. That is for selling, by the way.
Ooh. Oh, we got rid of this.
That is for selling, Munch.
That is for selling, not for using. Okay.
Okay. Right, I guess I know what I'm going
The
to do
value
for a
is
few
in
days.
the description.
Yep. Oh. Oh, what's the Brass Baron's like thought process on selling infernal equipment? Do I just chunk this bitch?
Yes, it should be destroyed.
Okay, I'm gonna. I don't know who to go to that to get this thing destroyed.
The Baron
what
can
might-
check it.
Eric's?
Okay,
I'm sorry, get what destroyed?
The Infernal Greatsword.
Infernal Greatsword.
Oh, that has to go? Tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought we made money.
No, he has seen what these do firsthand, and
Yeah.
thinks they're worthy
Yeah.
to be researched to ensure that whatever happened to Haikyou does not happen again.
Ooh.
So do we get paid still for the research cost?
No,
Could
God
we
damn it.
have the find research when it's completed?
if it is mission critical, yes.
Wonderful.
You are in the military. Good job.
Yep.
That's it.
Mission accomplished.
Excellent. Well, we signed up for this.
Oh wait, I almost forgot. Yeah. Do you think you could take the ice chunk to the Baron? Because I know he's like an expert metallurgist. He might actually know. Because he's like the one who made the blessed bronze. I would know that. You know what? He's training. I'll just take it to the Baron instead.
Are you sure you want to bother the Baron?
I mean, it's a thing that his
If
craftsman
only my
can't-
game loaded, but I would actually like to have a role-play interaction with the Baron over that. If you want to come too, you're more than welcome to.
The Baron is busy.
Yeah, I'll bring it up when we're done.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Have we settled everything? Moving time?
Hold on.
Ready when you guys are.
What are the
Almost
four types of
got it.
gem cuts? Warrior, Jotun.
You don't have access to Jotun. Or
Okay.
Jotun. You have only the basics, which is Warrior, Spinet, Royal, and Rough.
Okay. And warriors for weapons.
Technically, they can all be used for everything, but the categorical definition is separated that warriors are... The warrior cut deals with combat.
Which one deals with defense or
Warrior.
protection?
That's
Okay.
both. That's combat in general. Like it's there on the gem crafting. It states what their category is. Do you have it in front of you?
I got it. It's just a lot of pages. Still going through.
I think I have my wish list ready. I don't know. Any other like?
Nara, can you take a look at the shield? It's giving me a
Yeah.
-2 to my AC instead of +2. I don't know if there's something.
Oh
wrong.
god. Alright, send it back. Send it back.
It's making me
Here you go,
worse.
Major. Here. By the way, I'm your favorite, right?
Alright, hand it back.
The treacherous eunuch handing the king a defective shield.
Let's see. Oh god, it does that. Fuck. Hold on. No.
I was like, am I retarded? Am I putting the shield on wrong?
It puts it over the head.
Ah.
Just down for me. Ooh, it's still there. Why?
Maybe I should just get a bunch more cantrips.
Oh, you can get heavy primal savagery and like what is it, firebolt, and lightning grasp. Also very good for the utility of it. The hell's
Mhm.
It gets rid of the banner. That's what it does. That's why you're losing it.
shocking grasp?
Oh, so you said what were the ones you said? Oh, I could get message.
Broseph, turn off your banner for a moment.
I still am not in the game. It's been loading this whole time. I don't know what's wrong.
That's fine, I'll do it.
Actually, I don't think Primal Savagery. I think Primal Savagery would be available in the Baron's army.
Yeah. Okay. So the issue wasn't the buckler giving you less AC. It overrided the AC.
Oh, okay.
This one. Yeah, it overrides. So I'm just gonna get rid of the override. And I'm just gonna give you the AC again. Sorry, Masterwork is a +3, yes? Sorry, +1 to your original AC, yes?
What? No.
So let's say if the buckler
Only enhancement bonuses raise your hard stats like that.
Okay. So this does not. Right.
Arcadum, would Primal Savagery be available in the Baron's army?
Yeah.
Yeah? Oh. Another cantrip to my collection.
All right. As everybody's going about their buying and their selling and their setting up, I have a few events to go over.
Oh boy.
So, first things first, whilst you're taking your time and setting yourselves up and doing all that great stuff, during the night, there is a massive explosion somewhere to the south. A beam of light kisses the top of the sky, setting the sentries into alert. In the following morning, cartographers and the Baron's best best survivalists dictate that they think that somewhere to the south, far to the south, in the free cities, the explosion must have occurred. The beam of light is indicative of some sort of holy presence. At least they believe so. A concern begins to rise to the rest of the troops that Matheria has somehow made a deal with the south. The Baron immediately sends couriers in order to inform his troops at his southern flank to prepare to intercede.
The working off descriptions, does it sound like anything that the Hammer of Dawn that hit us in the face?
No.
Or is it like alright.
Bigger?
It was big enough to be seen from this far away. Literally, It kissed the tops of the mountains.
That's bigger.
It is suspected that it came from the free cities, excuse me.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
What the fuck?
In addition to that, there is also additional rumors that the Court of Curses, the Baron's flank, is slowly beginning to encroach. Reports from the western flank indicate that with each passing week, more and more ground is lost. There seems to be a fear amongst the men that the western flank will fail. The Brass Baron, however, remains resolute and stoic as he pushes further preparations for the taking of Mornhow. Okay. And so, as time moves forward, the Brass Baron is ready to give his answer, and calls forth the Brass Shadows to receive instruction.
Oh boy, here we go.
He will call them, however, to hear. Come on into the big fancy conference room, everybody.
Door. Door. Close.
Door, close.
Door. More doors.
I'll move you guys.
Parkour.
Meowth, that's right.
So an answer. Damn, the lighting here is good.
Isn't it? Pretty good.
It's very nice.
Okay. As everyone begins to take their seats, there's other
Like those-
there's other people here.
No.
Like there's like
Oh, okay.
officers and stuff. So you're not alone with just him. As he will then begin.
I'm gonna need another kick from the game. I don't know why it's fucking up so bad.
When it gives me that much trouble, I usually have to restart my PC.
I'm gonna close my browsers.
All right. Well, you can still hear and talk and stuff, right?
Yep.
All right. So here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending this meeting. It appears that we have much to discuss. I have received numerous disturbing reports of movement to the south, not only of what we suspect to be a demonic host, but also we have received word that there is the presence of foreign powers. From what little the reports have spoken, the free cities are on the brink of chaos. And furthermore, we've also received reports of additional foreign activity moving in upon the west. There is also rumblings, as it were, that the Silver Coast has been lost. You will see that some people gasp in the room. I know that many of you had not known this information, but this is the first time in quite some time in which all of my officers are gathered in one place. We come to the cusp of greatness, ladies and gentlemen. Mournhowl lies weakened and ready for claiming. We have everything that we need in order to do so. And yet, to do so would mean that we are exposed on our flanks. I have already rescinded word from the brass shadows, as he will gesture towards his officers, who have fought the good fight to maintain our flanks hold. Indeed, they've held the mountain crossroads for some time. They have recovered much information for us, some of which still needs to be reviewed. But I believe that it is pertinent that we expand our view for what is before us. Many of you are my advisors. The next steps we take will be critical. They may yet decide victory or defeat, and the future of Corvinus. I shall begin by hearing our captain's report. Alright, so essentially, at this point, each of the different captains will begin to unveil what they have discovered. Oh, one second, I gotta think of raid. Elite Encounters, thanks for the raid, man. And welcome, everyone. Okay. So, each of the captains will then give their reports. As they give their reports, all of you present can make martial checks to discern their tactical value, and to which you may think to advise the Baron. The first report that comes through is that there is a captain who sets forth that he believes that the alliance with Moaz Kadan is fading in its usefulness. He proposes that the alliance be broken and the city simply taken. There has been almost no word from the Carnelian Circle, and there is even some whispers that they have moved against the barony. He has no clear or concise evidence, but he dictates that the lack of response and from what has been revealed by their various spies, that Moaz Kadan is being led only by the regent, and poorly at that.
So this martial check, is it to determine how truthful it is, or is it to determine how...
It's tactical value.
Tactical value. Okay.
Meaning, how important is it to the Baron's campaign? The scale we'll be using is a 1 to 10.
Okay.
The capture of Moaz Kadan is considered a tactical value of 8. Its positioning would shore up the weakened lines against the west. It would provide an enormous production support, and indeed access to the underworld beneath the continent. Its long-term benefits, as well as its short-term benefits, mean that this is most certainly a worthy venture for the Baron's men. The next captain's report is as follows. This captain suggests that the Baron take advantage of the weakened free cities. Hailhorn has already bent the knee to some degree, allowing for the direct use of its ford, as well as the preparations that have already been made in order to march the troops to the south. Likewise, the mayor of Blackfield has finally succumbed to the interrogators, understanding that the best method for Blackfield's survival is to allow the Brass Baron to take up arms and defend it against the strange sickness that is currently spreading towards the south. The captain dictates that there are reports that the sickness is somehow being controlled, and he suspects, from their spies, that it is in fact the movements of foreign powers in Sephiroth, the city of sapphires. Therefore, the captain proposes that the Brass Baron capture both Twist River and Hailhorn if possible. This would infer control of the free cities, allowing Sephiroth to maintain its relative autonomy, but making sure that the Brass Baron has first and direct trade rights to Sephiroth, as it will be cut off from the rest of the world, as it will be cut off from the rest of the continent otherwise. Once the rivers and the bridges are controlled, Sephiroth have no choice but to trade directly with the Brass Baron, as the Silver Coast has been lost. Alright, martial checks, please.
Sorry. Twist River and? Mention another place.
Hailhorn.
Hailhorn.
Can someone roll for me? My internet shit itself. I'm on my phone.
I don't have access to your characters.
I'll roll a d20 for you. I don't know what your bonuses are.
It's a 5.
There you go. Take a 5.
The tactical value of capturing Twist River and Hailhorn is a 9 out of 10. If the Brass Baron is able to establish dominance over the free cities, he could use his connections with the SCTC, although they have somewhat been reduced since the loss of the Silver Coast, to further stranglehold Sephiroth. Sephiroth, being an economical powerhouse, is always and always will be a rival to the Brass Baron, so best to bring them under heel. The economic gain is astronomical, and would seek to the funding of further campaigns, or, more importantly, of the rebuilding of Corvinus once it has been brought under the protective authority of the Brass Baron.
That's what I was thinking. Trade is so important.
Alright, the next of the captains will speak up and will dictate. And you will see that this captain is particularly nervous. Make me insight rolls, please.
Someone can roll for me. I got a +1.
Elias with a 22, you can see that this man's fear seems to stem from how the Brass Baron will react from his suggestion. The captain is on the younger side, perhaps still earning respect. Nevertheless, Captain swallows his fear, braces himself, steels his eyes, and speaks his suggestion. This captain suggests that the Brass Baron make peace with Mournhowl by backing the Regent King. The suggestion is that the Regent King is already in a desperate situation, and even if the Brass Baron pushes in to take Mournhowl, the Regent King will not give it up without a fight. And indeed, the Metharians may attack from the east as soon as the Brass Baron's men gain a foothold. Waiting for the other to exhaust has been the constant dance back and forth. The captain will reveal that he is a Mournhowl native, and that the people of Mournhowl suffer from this three-way battle. He speaks directly to the Baron's humanity, and states that if the Baron claims to be the ruler that he says that he is, putting the people first, then surely a peace that allows for the freedom of religion is of the most paramount importance. The enemy is not Mournhowl. The enemy is Metheria. And the captain will then continue and say that if peace in Mournhowl is made, then the intention to the failing western flank can be tapered to, perhaps even turned around. For the Court of Curses produces naught but aberrant darkness that threatens the Baron to the west. Or, perhaps, he could claim the southern cities. The captain places his suggestion on the table and takes a seat, noticeably shaking. The Brass Baron, however, maintains a stoic demeanor. He looks at the captain, and then will look to his advisors. Martial check, please.
Alright, can someone roll me a martial check? Then, do I see any heraldry on him? Can I roll a merchant's kit check to see if, I would recognize anything on him?
You see only the Brass Baron's marking. He is a captain in the army.
Alright. Alright.
Yeah, it's a 3. Sorry, man.
Elias will take a moment to really think about it. He has seen much in his campaigns of fighting alongside the Baron's men, and despite how much his own life has changed, he has long since thought about what the actual value of taking these places should be. As Elias looks at the pieces on the board within his mind's eye, and studies them carefully, though he might have a distaste for this particular form of combat, he is no novice to it. His veterancy speaks to him that while the Brass Baron has put so much into claiming Mournhowl to becoming the new king of the North, there is value to what the captain has said. Too many enemies beset the Baron from each side. His wealth is not infinite. The might of his men are held together by a loose series of contracts, either with the Baron himself or through the various mercenary companies that he has hired. Perhaps it is best to make peace with Mornhow, and instead turn them from an enemy that could be conquered to an ally that is grateful. True, there is of course the risk that the Mytharians could attempt to take Mornhow, usurping the Regent King, and the Brass Baron would be giving up the advantage that he holds of attacking when the Mytharians do. Perhaps the combined forces of the Regent and the Brass Baron may yet hold Mornhow. The real question is whether or not such an alliance can be maintained, and furthermore to expand, if the alliance is made, what its parameters will ultimately be. For the Brass Baron has the crown, and by Mornhallian law, is in line to the throne. And then Elias's thoughts turn to yet a darker notion. He has long since traveled with Mr. Silver, a member of the Weeping Blades. If such an alliance could be made, and indeed established, and the Baron become part of the hierarchical line, the death of the Regent King could supplant him anyway as the king, and without war. The tactical value of making peace with Mornhow, however, is a risky venture in either case, and therefore its tactical value is a 6 out of 10 due to the risk. And indeed, the variance of control. Most notably, there's 2 countries involved in that one, both of which could turn against the Brass Baron at any moment. The next captain will come forward with his own statement. He has a kind of a wild look in his eye. His hair is misshapen as if he has spent many nights awake, and he will present the following proposal. He proposes that the Brass Baron use all of his strength and immediately march on the Pale City. Make a temporary peace with the Mornhallians to allow them to move through, and lay waste to the greatest enemy the continent has ever had. He speaks passionately about how apostates are treated. He speaks more to the Baron's belief in atheism, and he speaks even more under the fact that the Pale City is the weakest it shall ever be. Now is the time to strike, and turn the pallid city a beautiful and luxurious gold and brown. Down with the false goddess. Rise the brass fist.
Okay, can I make an immediate Arcana check on this person because something doesn't seem right?
Yeah, it's a bit fervent, yeah.
Can someone roll for me? It's like it's 4 plus 5 plus my level.
What's it total? 9 and what? 18?
Yeah.
Alright, sorry, let me just roll Arcana for this. Is he dominated? Or is his mind okay?
Well, I don't know about if his mind's okay, but he is not under any magical influence. This fervor comes from actual belief.
Okay.
You do sense that there is a lot of hatred in his voice. Possible that his family members may have been affected by the Mytharians' law, as would be the most common case. Martial checks. Oh Jesus, Elias.
Man, Elias makes all of this, eh?
You know, for somebody who just doesn't like, unit-based warfare, man's a tactical
He's doing very
genius. Maybe that's why he doesn't like it. He's like Shikimara's like, this shit's so fucking easy, bro. I just want to punch people.
This bores me.
I just want to go fuck my husband.
I just want to use my staff.
Okay.
Everyone,
Okay, he's rendering expertise, right? That's cool. Because I can't fucking see.
Okay,
battle acumen.
with a 37, Elias will These are the thoughts that enter your mind to decipher as you please. Once again, your brilliant tactical acumen unveils look, dude. The dice.
You're right.
Your brilliant tactical acumen puts the pieces of the board once again three-dimensionally as a hologram within your mind. You see them, the pieces moving, the troops moving, and you begin to take the man's fervent words seriously. It has long since been known that the Mytharians have held order on the continent, but only because, well, due in large part to their military presence. A full-strength Mytharian army, a full-strength Pale City, the Baron could not hope to achieve, not even with all the support of the rest of the continent. It has been tried by better men with more armies and greater magical access. However, the thrones of fate would seem to have unraveled before you, that the man's maddening words may yet hold promise. For the only reason that Mornhal cannot be conquered by the Baron is the presence of Mytheria. And while the previous individual agreed to a full alliance, a ceasefire would no doubt be welcomed by the Regent King, the suffering of his people undone, the promise of the destruction of the Mytharians, and that the campaign would continue across the ice floes and into the Pale City. The largest and most important point that you would need to deal with, the issue, is the supply lines that the Brass Baron has. It would overextend it completely. Such a blitzkrieg of an attack would take everything the Brass Baron has. He would have no fallback point. He would have no retreat. If he were to fail, or to even be retousted at the walls, the men would have no supplies and would have to depend upon pillaging and raiding, which may turn the people against them. However, if a logistical line could be established, if a retreat point could be established, if everything, like a symphony of death, been made properly done, it is possible that if the Brass Baron were to take the Pale City, the entirety of the continent would be in his hand. The tactical value of taking the Pale City cannot be understated. Even the taking of Mornhal would merely be a delay toward success. If the Baron seeks to rule the continent, Mornhal would assist him, but the Pale City would win him the day. It will be difficult. Perhaps even impossible. But if he could, Corvinus would be conquered. Taking the Pale City is a 10 out of 10 on its tactical value, should it be successful. It is worth even the risks, the risks stated. Following up Crazy Man, a far more well put together individual, a woman that you think is from the West, as she has half-elf blood in her ears slightly pointed. She will address the Baron in a dulcet and straightforward tone, and would therefore indicate the following. That the Baron should end the wars immediately. Peace should be made with Mornhal. Peace should even be made with the Pale City. For if what the spies that they have spoken of is true, soon the demons will spill from the center wastes. All will be put on high alert. She cautions against the Brass Baron exhausting his men before the demons are to come, and he should instead focus upon his western flank, push forward with all his strength, and establish the Broken Oaks as a new kingdom. One that can endure the coming demonic scourge, and once all the others are left exhausted, then take the continent. The demons are coming regardless. Better to survive them than to rule over nothing. Marshall check.
Is she aware of the? Is she aware of Zara's?
No, that is
No.
information she does
She's
not
not?
have.
Okay.
Finally, Elias
My
is not
turn.
top of the fucking board right now.
Nice, on top of the leaderboard.
Finally, it is. Oh no, Brokhar! No!
Nat 20, baby.
You just scooch on in there.
I wish I could be rolling.
Team Dufresne.
Bro, same.
It's fine. They got it.
All right, Brokhar. For a moment, and Broseph, for a moment, the two of you take a step back from kicking ass and taking names, and think about it from a more logistical approach. It is certainly a more conservative action. It may even work against the ambitiousness of the Baron. But the Baron is still yet a young man. He is not yet so old that waiting a few years in the Broken Oaks to establish his strength, and more importantly, using the opportunity to establish order in the otherwise abandoned Central West. He could also spend this time rebuilding Hyghpriest, gaining not only the love of that people, but also it could be used as an opportunity to placate himself as a benevolent savior. Indeed, doing so and being successful in destroying the cursed ones of the Broken Brothers could further establish himself as a worthy leader, not by strength of arms, but rather by purity and honor. Terms that do not go unrecorded in Corvinus' history. The tactical value of taking the Broken Oaks and destroying the Court of Curses is a solid 8 out of 10.
Silver's gonna inquire. Does the Baron have the funds for that kind of conservation?
Absolutely. The one weakness the Baron does not have is a money problem.
Okay.
That's the only reason any of this is possible at all.
Roger.
All right, one more captain steps forward with a suggestion. Oh boy, here we go.
Is it Billy?
The surliest looking dwarf you've ever seen takes a seat. He has a bald head with barely any hairs poking out. His beard is ragged and burnt by flame. He will sit out, slam his papers on the ground, and he'll say, "Elves. Let's fucking get rid of them. We marched to the west. We take the city of glass. Let the demons handle the rest of these fucks. Let us go and take from the resources of the western lands. The misted mountains can be conquered, and once so, proper infrastructure, dwarvish towers, can take hold. Not only will you outlast your enemies, my lord, but your children can take the rest of the continent at any time you wish. Let the rest of these fools battle over scraps. There is so much of the continent over here that those fucking elves have kept for themselves. Food, plenty, all sorts. They just hold it to themselves. Where do you think they get their long life from? There's something in the water over there. It makes them old and gay." And he starts to mouth off and, like, just starts just saying horribly racist things. And then he
I'm going
goes,
to an Arcana check. Is she dominated?
Do an alchemical check.
This guy's making a lot of sense.
Is he dominated? I must know this.
he's not dominated. He actually believes that shit. And
He's
then,
just racist.
and then he will stop. And furthermore, they've got a bunch of magic over there that is powerful enough to resist Mytheria. I say we take it from their soft, milky little fingers and we put it in some proper dwarven hands. We turn those runes against our enemies. We conquer the continent. We leave the humans to their weird ice. Let's go to the west. To the west, my lord. That is where your future is. Elves.
Broseph's gonna look over the partial elven heritage captain and see her reaction to this.
Yeah, how is she feeling about this?
She does not make eye contact with the racist elemental that is next to her. The dwarf will sit down with a big smile on his face, puts his hand into his pants, and start drinking from a flask.
He's gonna look at Balthazar.
Please
How is
make
Balthazar
me a
feeling about
martial
this?
check.
He's fucking. I just stare at him. It's like, goddamn. It's like, he's not wrong about the uppiness and about the fuck witness about elves, but goddamn.
You take your mask off.
I don't know
and stare at him.
No.
Kind of with that shady man stare.
He partially agrees with him because, like, what the fuck? You're an elf. I'm a half elf, jackass.
The martial value of his statement. Well, as you start to logically look at the racist's options, there are a few things to be said. The elves would never suspect an attack. Their defenses are already somewhat low as the rebellion has been on the back foot for quite a few years. The recent actions by the Mytherians before open warfare started has weakened the elves and therefore the Western Rebellion to some degree. The standing military they have is inconsequential compared to the force that the Baron commands. In fact, the biggest reason that they have been able to deter attack is the Misted Mountains themselves, but the Baron does have some access to a fleet through his dealings with Isola. A tactical assault, especially since the Mytherian presence at the Coast of Souls has been cleared out, could be possible. If the West were taken, the Baron's power would finally no longer be cut off from itself. If the West were taken, the entirety of the West and the Central West would be combined, no longer separated by an adjutant supply line. Taking the West has a tactical value of 8 out of 10. Despite how racist it is.
You kick me out again.
I never liked dwarves.
But do you like elves?
Elves.
No.
I'm gonna restart my computer real quick, so I'll be right back.
Yeah, could you guys not be dead? That'd
Yeah.
be great.
I've been trying.
My internet shit itself. I don't know what the
I'll
fuck
be back in
else to
a
say.
minute.
Elves
My
are my
computer's fine.
favorite foe.
Elves
Ever
are
heard of
my
Tylenol?
But right now the elves are an ally, no? They did send Balthazar to us.
No, they didn't.
based in dwarf build. Fucking chat.
But are the elves an ally to the breastbone?
I think they're just not an enemy.
Did
Is
you
it a
kick me out
non-aggression
yet?
pact or an alliance?
Well, due to the meetings at Moazkadon, the Western Rebellion and the Brass Baron are not openly enemies. They are, of course, wary of each other, but they are not enemies. But what the racist dwarf has suggested is true. There is a massive amount of both magical and practical resources available to the west. Quite a bit of it, in fact, that hasn't been utilized by the elves properly, according to the dwarf, of course.
Because we all know the dwarf knows best.
Well, regardless of whether or not you believe him, there is one thing that is true. The Brass Baron is an industrious and accomplished administrator. The elves most likely keep to the Green Oath. They would never use industry or exploit the resources in the way that the Brass Baron would.
That is fair.
Did you kick me out yet?
I did. The dwarf will then
I like
also
the
very
elf.
quietly mumble about long ears.
I do
Fucking
like the
night,
elf
dude.
ideas.
If we're going over, like seriously going over options now,
Well, hold on. I got one
Like-
more thing to say.
oh.
One more thing to say.
Oh, okay.
So, as the captains finish their proposals, now it is time for the Major to give his proposal. What do you think the Brass Baron should do?
Fucking elves.
Are we gonna discuss above board, or am I just going straight in? And...
Go in. Don't bother above board. Go in.
Don't bother.
Yes,
Don't bother.
this-
Everybody,
this
just
is-
shut up.
This is you.
Yeah.
You are the Major. What is it that you
Yep.
think should be done?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still so I'm in.
You can suggest anything you'd like, Brokhar.
Okay.
So take
I'll
if you
stand.
need a second, go ahead and think about it. But you get to suggest it.
I'll stand and give a salute. Baron, I think all things considered from all captains, and considering the help we may be receiving from who we talked about before, I think the idea of ending the war to secure the West and then secure Saphira, if possible, would be the best course of action.
One second, I have to denote that. The Brass Baron will nod.
I'll salute again and take my seat.
Oh boy, Brokhar has spoken. And so,
Hey, we didn't talk about that for 2 hours. That's crazy.
Nice. That was a plan all along.
Go gadget, go Major, go.
the Brass
Go,
Baron,
Major, go.
the Brass Baron will then, the Brass Baron will then adjourn the meeting and request that the Brass Shadows stay behind, as he has agreed to meet with their friend.
Oh, good timing, Cleveland.
Alrighty. Would you like to call him in?
Yes. I was just
yes.
giving Cleveland time if he was still like logging in and whatnot.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, no, I'm good. I just okay. So it's sending spell.
Hum.
25 words or less. Okay.
Out of curiosity,
Sorry,
what were
yes.
you guys leaning towards?
I
Fuck the elves.
did not have like one plan thing. I thought we could actually do more than one of these at the same time.
Yeah, that's why I suggested two.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's possible, but you know, I figured trade is so important. Saphira had to be one of them, and then
Right, we
I
could
really liked the
literally-
idea of ending the war and securing the West.
Right, like we could fix Haikyuu, interrogate, or what's the word for shaking down somebody? Like we could shake down the Blackwater mayor or Blackfield mayor, right? We could take advantage of the free cities, the Hailhorn, right? We could capture Twist River after we're done dealing with the rebuilding of Haikyuu, and then everything after that towards Saphira is just going to be a lot easier for us. And on top of that, we also saw this light beaming down from the free cities. We could actually get more intel on what's going on to get an updated plan on what to do. That's my thought at least. But I did not think of going upwards towards the Monhao.
Alright.
Well,
You good?
I guess just clarification on the sending spell. It just sends the message and all of that. So there's no like have to think it in the mind. You just have to have the message in mind or whatever.
You speak the words.
Speak the words.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, do that. And what Cleavland will send ascending to Zira, and we'll just say the Brass Baron has agreed to meet with you in his wall camp in the Broken Oaks.
The response to the sending is, stand still.
Cleavland stands as still as he possibly can.
Jojo pose.
Hold on. I want to see how well he stands. He's shaking.
Da da da. 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 Living easy. Living free. Sorry. I'm a little bitch boy. Turtle power. Loading. Fuck. Okay, here we go.
Or Zero.exe has crashed.
Hold still.
Hoping he teleports in with Doomslayer music playing.
You are the one they fear. He's oh man. He summons himself and it's just like
Man, I remember that OSD. God.
anyway.
That just happens while he's lying on the ground, though, because he fucked it up.
Slips on banana peel.
Whoa!
Meant to do that. I dropped something.
Appears near than intended.
Excuse me?
Energy starts to swirl around this section in front of Cleavland, and you will see this individual appear. The Brass Baron's eyebrow will raise slightly. And then we'll look to Zyra. And Zyra will look to him. And then we'll look over to Cleavland. And then we'll look back to him. Zyra of the Hand, I presume. Indeed. And you must be the little lordling up in his snuff. I've heard much about you, Baron of Brass. As he gets really close to him. And then steps
Silver stands
back.
up.
And then looks back at Silver.
He goes back down.
Looks back over.
You know.
And then he will go, so tell me, little lordling, what do you have to offer me? All right, the Brass Baron will take a moment. And for a moment, will not say anything. You will see that Davian Laton locks eyes with Zyra of the Hand. as they stare down one another. A flash of orange will appear in Davian's eyes as he will state, "It is time this continent knew true peace. Freedom from the tyranny of Metherius Church. Freedom from the threat of demon kind. It is time they had a leader that looked to the value within each man, woman, and child, and not to some pertinent deity, whispering spirit, or maddening wizard." Fine words. I question whether you have the strength to see it through. With all due respect, Davian will counter, you didn't. You will see that Zyra grinds his teeth a little bit. And then he will continue. You certainly have gumption. I'll say that much. I was curious to see what kind of man you would be. I am pleased to see that at least you do not lack courage. Foresight, we shall see. I have returned to see demonkind laid to waste, and that the wretched false goddess be put down like the traitorous cur that she is. Once my vengeance has been sated, I care not what happens to the remains of this continent. I have already died trying to protect it. My time within this realm fades. I wish to see what was wronged righted. If you believe that you are worthy to lead, fate will deem it so. You will either be strong enough to do so. You will die. Makes no difference to me. Let us speak of the details, then. What is it that you know that is of value to me? Well, with my access to the expanded librarium of Moaz Kadan, I have learned much of the threats within this continent, the movements of the Mad Wizard, the confluence of souls, the misbegotten, nay, misguided actions of those that seek to serve a higher power and have only served the whims of a great manipulator. I seek to see these strings cut from the puppet that is this continent. I seek that people be given true freedom in whatever manner and method that it is. If they wish to garner with evil powers, then so be it. For law and good will step in to stop them. I wish for a place where one is not judged for what one is, but rather from what one does. I have seen too many times, young lives cut short for no reason at all. That is what I seek to bring back to this continent. Reason and prosperity. Zyre will clatter his teeth. Fine words. But that's all they are words. Details, child. Who must die for your dream to come true? The Baron will state. I suppose Mytheria. Precisely. Your dream shall never come true for as long as that pallid, false goddess maintains her power. Never. That traitor must die. And how would you propose such a thing? The traitor is currently in the Pale City. She slumbers between wakefulness and sleep. Soon her saints, as they call themselves, may yet discover the means to awaken her completely. If they discover this, she shall return to power. This cannot be allowed. Not whilst I have any breath in my body, broken and shattered as it is. The Brass Baron will then state, do you not intend to do this on your own? What do you require of me? The demons have higher priority, for as much as I detest that little goddess, that traitor, the demons are of the greatest threat. They will seek to scour and poison the entirety of the continent. I must reclaim what was once my home. I must call all of those that bear the mark of the hand to me. Shall see the demons fall. If you wish your dream to come true, Mytheria must fall. Agree to this, and I shall allow your brass soldiers the use of my city and the cities therein. Which cities? Any of those claimed by dwarven hands owe their allegiance to Zyrakost, to Isunder, the first cities. One is claimed by the madness of the manipulator, the great and powerful wizard. The other, its freedom shall soon be restored, and its machinations continued. The Brass Baron will respond. And you will say that my men could use these? How? There are many things you do not know, child. The great roads beneath the surface of this continent connect all. Indeed, their waystones provide portents to walk between realms at instantaneous speed. A useful tool, wouldn't you say? You say that my troops could travel that quickly? Indeed, to strike across land and sky, and to disappear before the sun sets upon the day of blood. You will see the Brass Baron's eyes light with an orange fire. His demeanor changes. His once stoic, cold, collected stance turned to that of a heightened ambition. He smiles and nods. He will say, I would find such an agreement amenable. if you can provide it. Zyra will say, "Indeed, provided it shall be. I will leave you to the details of these 6. The Major," as he gestures towards Brokhar, "will act as my spokesperson. Any questions you have or dealings you need made, do so through him. Now I must return to my purging." Dun, 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 dun. You will see he will raise up his hands and he will cock his arms. Dun 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 dun. Ciao. The brass baron, his lights still lit with orange light, will look towards Brokhar and he will state, "Impressive connections that you have made. You have done very well. Therefore,
I thought you and he might get along.
Indeed. Therefore, I see it most fitting. Brokhar Dufresne, I hereby promote you to Colonel."
Stand and salute.
Baron salute.
Lieutenant Colonel. He will nod. "I shall have greater responsibilities available for you soon. I must absorb this information. Take a few days for yourselves, and then prepare yourselves. The world is about to change." And he will leave.
That was awesome.
Can we breathe now?
Yeah, you can breathe now. Yeah.
So-
Okay.
That was so funny. Silver stands up. He will turn to look at Silver. He sits back down.
Okay, I thought for a second he was gonna strike him. All right, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's see how tough you are, Lord Link. Clocks him in the face.
He just
Mr.
punches
Silver,
the
you
Baron
about to
in
be
the face.
summoned to the demon waste? Is that what's about to happen to you?
For transgressions against Zyra of the Cost, I sentence you to frontline service.
I just
Dun, dun, dun.
I imagined fucking Zyra getting a plate of dino nuggies from the microwave and saying "back to my purging" as he climbs into the basement.
Okay. I don't suppose we are going to be talking about our options here, yeah? I think Zyra has just given a
Yeah, we're going to the Pale City now. We've made an agreement.
That's what he agrees to. What you guys actually do is still, like, up in the air about what it is that you want to do.
I don't think as a militant we get to decide what we want to do, you know?
Well, you actually do. You have a colonel now.
Lieutenant Colonel.
Can we still, like, just do one of those other objectives?
If
while
you
he's
want, yeah.
Sacking the Pale City?
Well, right now,
because I really want to free Saphira. Like, that's really what's, like, in the forefront of my mind. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just my bias, but I think trade is just so, like, it can't be ignored.
I'd hold out a little bit, because there's still some more stuff to go over.
Okay.
Like, for example, asking Zyra about the potion you just discovered.
The Shattered Glass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was going to ask him, but again, I'm getting fucked by my internet provider.
Yeah, I was going to say, both me and Balthazar got a question for Zyra, because I wanted to ask Zyra about the ice, because he might know. But he kind of dipped.
Or you can just contact him. You have sending. Do it a different
No,
time.
okay. Cleavland, we need 8 of you.
Oh, and I can ask him if he
You
knows
used
anything
to
about my
call me
chaos
on my
art.
Cleveland phone. Yeah,
He used to call me on my vampire.
You used to call me on my vampire. When you need a fire.
I'm imagining the scenario of just like, you know,
In your
I don't want to talk
pants.
to this person, so go be my courier. But there's just 2 rooms apart. Cleveland just walks into Zyra's room. So they want this. Well, tell them I said this. Okay, goes back. He said this. Well, tell them I said this. Goes back. And then they said. He's not happy about his future right now.
Whatever you say, telephone.
Cleveland reflects on everything he's been through, on being a heal bot, on being just told to smite several times, and this, merely a telephone.
It's truly unfortunate.
Major Brokhar,
can't
now would be an
pretend to be
awkward
a
time,
sleuth.
but I did have a question for Zyra.
I mean, ask the I know he said ask me, but I'm not the one with sending. So ask Cleveland.
Major Brokhar, would you please contact Captain Cleveland and inform?
Oh,
Just feel really awkward after
Slides
you walked
across
out
the
of here
table.
really coolly.
Lieutenant Colonel.
Ah, yes, Lieutenant Colonel.
I
would
walked
you-
out of here really coolly.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna get called back.
He made his dramatic exit. It's like, actually, could we ask you something?
It turns 180.
Balthazar had something, and then I will. Would it be uncouth? Is that the word to ask him to help identify this fucking stone I've had in my pockets for like 8 months now?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's see. I just start knocking on Cleveland's helmet. Zyra, you there?
Cleveland lifts his-
Just bang, 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 bang.
Cleveland lifts his head up from having it on the table. It's like, yes, Lieutenant Colonel.
Can you contact Zyra for us? We have some questions he might be able to answer for us.
I can. I can only think the messages would have to be. I think it's 25 words or less. So what's the message? Or what's I guess the thing? What's that word? Subject.
Well, Balthazar's got a new crazy potion. I suppose we can go and ask about that first.
Inquiries on potion name.
You could ask him for an audience at his earliest convenience.
Genius.
I don't know if we'd call for an audience. I think we'd just tell him. I don't know how expensive that teleport is.
Just give him the name of the potion, see if he recognizes it, and then also mention that we have some rare metal from the north. It feels like he might just fucking kill me for asking something so mundane.
Well, time to
Well,
find out.
Then I'm all for it.
Not going.
Let's go.
All right, then if Phil was for it, then I'll follow him. I trust him implicitly.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I'm just gonna step out.
Same. I'm gonna step out.
Balthazar, what's the potion name?
Ooh, what a coincidence. I think I just gotta go.
Ooh, look at the time.
Ooh!
Hey, Elias, what alcohol do they have here in the kitchen?
Door stuck.
Door stuck.
Door's jammed. No.
Door stuck.
What the fuck? Wait for me. Okay, out of the fuck zone.
Hide in the bathroom.
Together?
Also, I might inquire about the Advanti star map that I've had forever in my inventory.
Yeah, is there anything in our inventory that we need to go
Yeah,
through?
so much.
Yeah,
Also,
go over,
in this-
go
in
over
this-
everything.
Yeah,
We didn't
I
do that for
can't
the
also
last
That's why
say-
I said ask for an audience. You guys are going to have 50 million questions.
if
Yeah,
this
yeah.
guy
You
can
gotta just ask
teleport
for an
us,
audience.
he could send Elias to the Sun Shadow Monastery.
I mean, what does he have left to do there? Like,
I don't know, loot.
I
Yeah.
want to know
Maybe
more
that's
one
not
guy?
about
the
it.
place.
Unlock that final door and talk to
There's-
the
I
I think they already
master
got.
monk
I
there?
think they already got that open.
There's a lot in the Sun Shadow Monastery.
Like, if we've got a few days,
Not to mention
Ow.
Sven.
My boy.
oh my god.
Nah, he's not a Sunshine Monastery. What do you mean?
Who's Sven? What's Sven?
Who's Sven? What's Sven? Why Sven?
Also,
Anyways,
Elias hasn't
Cleveland
like
will-
read up on the fucking like item drop that the fucking golden pillar guy dropped, the fucking fighting technique. He hasn't.
Yeah.
he hasn't
That's nice,
even-
bro.
In any case,
Yeah, go
Cleveland
study your
will.
kung fu. What
yeah,
the
the
hell?
guy was actually a monk, so he might know as well.
I'm going to strangle all of you, and I am going to have an uncomfortable smile on my face while I do so. So, Cleveland will
Got a really
look at-
thick neck.
I got a
will look
really,
at Brokhar.
a
Oh, jeez.
really thick neck.
Oh no, his fingers going all up in them gills.
I got a really thick neck.
But my gills are there, so be careful.
Careful, I need that to breathe.
Lieutenant Colonel, how about I will tell him that you, because likes you, has questions. You have questions for him about items beyond our understanding.
Yes. Ask him if we could have an audience. If he could come here, that would be best.
Okay.
Since you guys are doing this, can you ask him for like a handful of demon ichor? Thanks.
Also, we need to
you-
just like
You're not in the room. Are you opening the door and just shouting that through?
Yeah, I'm doing that.
Yeah, also ask him about Demon Ichor.
I did the
Also,
demon
we-
ichor. Thank you.
Cleveland will then
Also,
begin counting the words on his hands. Like, I got 7 more words left.
It's fine. We don't need to fill up all 25. Just ask for an audience.
Okay. First of all, gain no exposure.
Yeah, what are you sitting at? Do you really have 8 exposure?
I think I'm sitting at 8 exposures because it's been so long. It has been long enough for it to go down. And also, I have not been given any purging potions. Stares at the alchemist.
I'm living at 8 exposure.
What? You don't
Well,
need
that's
them
your
right
problem.
now.
I'm the one who's
Also, you
casting.
need to lower your exposure, bro. So if you're sitting at 9.
Yeah, it'd be really nice if I could load in. On God, for real, for real.
All
I
right.
Told
just
you, man. You
got
should have
back in.
restarted your computer.
I
That's
did.
what I got to do every time it gives
I
me trouble.
restarted my computer. It's still broken.
Oh my god. Well, you're effed. Sorry.
Yeah.
Cleveland will speak out this message to Zyra. The Major, newly appointed Lieutenant Colonel, has questions for you regarding items beyond our understanding. We request an audience. Please.
Okay. All right.
I should be in the room. One second, I'll be back. Hold on, just get-
Maybe I should be there.
Or are you sprinting back?
Yeah, out of character sprinting back. All right, let's go. Where was I?
Sits back.
All right, I'm back in my chair now.
Okay. All right, Cleveland. You cast Sending? Yes, you did.
Yes.
Say it again, please.
Word for word. The Major, newly appointed Lieutenant Colonel, has questions for you regarding items beyond our understanding. We request an audience, please. I can post
The
this if you
response
need it.
is, "Why didn't you ask me while I was there?"
Teleported right after.
That's it. That's all he says.
Oh, I would have to sending again? Oh, gee.
Yeah, you gotta send it again if you want to fucking respond to him.
Man's gonna hit you with that K.
Tell me left too fast.
You left too fast. We didn't want to interrupt you, you know?
Cleveland,
He's gonna leave.
Cleveland, you receive a sending. The word says, "I need to finish purging. 3 days."
For fuck's sake.
Good lord,
Yeah,
he's gonna purge that.
Cleveland.
Maybe he's on keto.
Cleveland will, I guess, send back 3 days
Rush,
is
take your time.
acceptable. I will inform.
You receive another
Okay.
sending. In the distance.
Recognizably that twink.
He just
Yeah,
he
I'm
butt
thinking
dialed-
he's literally
butt
just
dialed
beating the
you.
shit out of that guy.
he butt dialed, he fist dialed you.
Keep butt sending me.
Oh, he's beating the shit out of
Bro,
Bishop of
he's Zyra,
Lust.
bro, he's Zyra of the
or
hand.
he casts his sending while killing a demon, so it knows that his death's being broadcast. What a
Yeah, it's either that.
Holy
Yeah, it's either that-
shit.
That or Zyra's the hand is fucking literally his somatic components are just him punching people.
It's literally giving the hand. I
Cool.
think we
He's
should have
giving a 5-finger discount. Cleveland
Hey,
then
That's
looked
perfect.
to
He has a demon icon then.
Cleveland looked to Lieutenant Colonel.
You can scrape some demon icon off his fist when he's done.
Lieutenant Colonel Brokhar. Zyra is
Cleveland, you receive a major image.
urging.
An image pops up on your HUD, and you see a picture of Zyra posing over a bunch of dead demons as he's giving the peace sign.
Just only Cleveland. Cleveland's
Only Cleveland. He's the only one.
Not have,
He's the only one whose
Cleveland
number he has.
Cleveland will just
does he
like.
not have
Oh,
exposure?
that. Oh.
Is this
Oh, yeah,
bumping
just-
up Cleveland's
just
exposure?
audio.
No,
Okay.
he has a good phone plan.
He has a good phone. Oh, jeez. Alright. You then stutter. That's like, Zyra. Oh, jeez. He's he's busy purging. He asked for 3 days.
3 days. All right. I suppose that'll
3
give
days.
us time to consider our options going forward.
Cleveland
Yeah.
is also noticeably shaken.
Oh shit! You know, if we do go to the Saphir, we can actually make good on our items being sold.
Mr. Silver, do you throw in your report?
Where are we now at this junction?
This is after the meeting with the Brass Baron and Zyra. You send your report.
Yeah. I will send my report at midnight.
You want to write the report for me?
Oh, I have to write it for you. Okay. I thought you were gonna.
You don't. I mean, you don't have to, but the more you do, the more I can use.
Okay, I'll write it for you. End of session, I'll send it to you.
Preferably if you could just give me a synopsis. There might be some things that happened. So.
Fire of the hand.
Just tell me what's in the letter. Don't worry about writing the whole thing out.
Okay, so I will be telling Isola about my encounter with Zyra, the whole city of Zyra. Okay, sorry, in chronological order. I believe there's this girl by the name of One, this creature by the name of One, somewhat teledonic and all. I'll write a report about her. The Demon Waste journey, the Zyra course, my encounter with the Horde. The demon named Noza, all the information that Noza gave me. Zyra, the facility that he was held in, and the synchronization and all that stuff. The process of making demons. And Gimpo, but I will not include the fact that I made him.
Okay.
Also, he might be wandering about. And if you encounter a purplish looking slime with the face of an Asama with 7 eyes, let him know that you are a companion and a very close friend of Mr. Silver to spare yourself any unwanted conflict with him. And then every single thing that happened in this discussion and how Zyra has made contact with the Brass Baron and the suggestions that he's been given from his captains and what Brokhar wants to do. I'll be writing another report when we actually make the move. And also to report to them that I am alive and well.
Oh yeah, that might be important.
And Cleveland is as well.
Oh yeah, that might be important.
That is definitely important. Yeah, and that's it. I think that's it.
Okay. Let me play some tunes.
Also, I'm going to ask him about any alchemical stuff. He has anti-demon stuff because I made my own potion, but I don't think it's that good.
You must have more confidence in yourself. Your potions are top notch.
I mean,
Okay.
And also page 2 is done. Yes.
Oh, I don't know. You think we should finish that recipe for the radiant poison?
I'm at the point where I don't care anymore because I'm out of the demon waste. But if you want it, I could. Actually, no, I don't want to do it. It is officially in the not in my portfolio section anymore. Since Zyra is going to be killing all of them, I will not need to concern myself with them. I would like to make poisons that will kill a Metherian, and I have plenty of them. Or enough of them.
Speed potions.
Speed the potion. Okay, how many days do we have? We start rolling for our potions now?
You start rolling for what?
For moving the day forward, whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
Since Brokhar doesn't really have plans, he's just going to spend the 3 days like training whatever regiments of archers the Brass Baron has.
Okay.
I will retrain Weapon Spec Bastard Sword into Greatsword, so now I'm full Greatsword build.
I would like to cast Find Greater Steed to upgrade dodecahedron.
Yeah.
That's crazy. We
That
have
doesn't
units.
replace
First,
that,
second.
that doesn't upgrade him, that replaces him.
Oh, it replaces him? Okay, I would like to cast Find Greater Steed to replace dodecahedron. This worked
Finally.
better than intended.
Fine.
No,
Finally.
legitimately thought about going Dark Crusader just to get rid of him, but
We're so back.
So bad.
we're still back.
Steed Kingdom game, he wasn't good enough, okay?
Considering the fact it has one life, yes.
Oh man.
Where should I do this?
Let's just hope that your mount doesn't attract too much attention.
Oh, well, where's I summon him then?
There's
her.
a nice there's a nice courtyard right below us. South of us. Yes, we can. You know what? I want to watch this.
Oh. I kept clicking
After
on
you.
the character, not the door. Alright. Cleavland will then begin the... Let's see what it be. Be the 10 minutes of casting Find Great Steed.
That is a very, very holy looking horse.
Yes.
Very terrible
Okay.
caster.
And now I will do the Find Greater Steed rolls.
And then, Baba Booey. Oh! Everybody gangs to the D1001 shows up.
Alright, here we go.
Yippee.
Oh boy, oh boy.
If I get another flightless bird, I'm stepping onto the sunlight. Like, I can't deal with another one of these.
It is not that.
Let's go. It's a flightful bird.
It's Jerry's brother.
Jerry's brother. Jerry's brother, Harry. Ugh.
It's Jerry, but he's turned into a horse.
I summoned Varric.
You know, I actually think this is sick. I think you will enjoy this.
Ooh. Enjoyment, you said. I'll tell you right now, if you give me some sort of magical burrowing owl, I'm kissing you on the mouth when I meet you IRL.
Ew. Oh yeah, because I like owls.
Yes.
Film
Real
it
life
all gay.
cryptids.
Wait.
Did you know?
Okay, what about a burrowing griffin?
Not an owl. Ooh, but if
What
it
about
looks
a burrowing owl bear? Hmm?
I think it's just a regular owl bear because he just, hibernate, but...
How about you get what I get you, and you fucking thankful for it? How about that?
Listen, you said I'm gonna like it, so I think I'm probably gonna like it.
I don't like the Hecahedron because he's too cool of a mount.
Finally, a replacement mount.
If by cool you mean... if by cool you mean he's someone I can't resummon, sure, then he's
We're
cool.
so back.
He's just a nerd. I hate him.
Such a fucking nerd. Imagine being smart. 37 Marshall check. Oh.
But it's Marshall check. Oh. 5D chess is indeed quite an easy game.
I played imaginary battle in my brain. I know exactly how it will go.
Yeah,
You knew exactly how.
Oh, so you have Goku intelligence. Sorry, I was thinking about fighting.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I was thinking about fighting. I love the idea that Goku's just like a savant and like he pulls out perfect like trigonometry and just like angles to just like fire a Kamehameha.
He parried her in the air. He parried her in the air, dude. Sorry, I had to reload because I was loading a token and it died in transit. Sorry, sorry, getting there.
All my speeds just fucking die.
Getting there, yes, very good. Oh, yes, very good, yes. I load now. I make the load. The load of shit!
I summon Gimpo. Huh.
Hmm.
What if I summoned the Dudema again?
Dude,
You
man.
summon the Dudema. No, you summon the god of the Dudema, Broside, and King of the Broshan.
Sometimes Noel use jokes that are like from the 2010s,
Yes, unapologetically.
like Funny Junk and E-Bomb's World and shit like that.
You're the man now, dog.
Yeah.
I've become a connoisseur of memes that I've walked through the
No.
valley of the shadow
No.
of Sivamet. I have found
Even in jest, in Sivamet's
so-
presence, I shall
so
not speak
evil.
those words.
not so much evil, it's just kind of like
That's weird.
weird. Just, you know,
It's like, no, don't go that alley.
weirdly.
There's bronies down there.
There's bronies down there.
Oh god,
I'm about to twat.
Oh god.
This.
I can never understand those guys.
Yeah, yes. Prepare yourself for the Twilight.
That's where the cloppers hang out.
Twilight Twerkle. Twerkle Spartlet. Oh, I hate my life. Anyway, as you finish
Haven't been
casting,
right since that ball pit incident.
as you cast the spell Cleavland and summon forth, a bright light, almost like the sun, will begin to sizzle your skin beneath your armor as you summon this creature.
Amazing.
Another bird.
Alright, the creature will look at you.
Hello?
That is a flightless
Rating.
bird, isn't it?
I think this one might be.
That's an ostrich.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, it's, well, I'm curious. I guess I'm having a good day, because, well, got to try my hand at summoning again.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Hello, Ryder.
Mm.
My name's Ankaret.
Ankaret?
Ankaret.
Ankaret.
I'm a
Sounds like
Volpino.
incorrect.
Say the what?
I'm a Volpino.
Fuck.
He says he's a Volpino.
A fox?
No, I'm not a fox. So,
Wow.
You gonna
what do you want?
ask him if he can actually fly?
Hmm. Well, firstly, my name is Cleavland Down, and
Oh, I'm
I guess
sorry.
what okay.
Should
guess
I
what would
speak
want,
slower?
Oh hell no.
I mean, I can understand you. I think you're
Oh.
speaking fine.
That's really cool. You should be proud of that. Go
I
ahead.
guess, but
Go ahead. Try to finish
How's
if
it
you
going?
can.
all right. I guess what I would want is well, I guess to meet you, know what you do, think about using you in battle.
You don't want to know anything else about me? Like, where I'm from? Why I can speak?
Well,
You just
all
want to know
that-
what I can do in battle? Is that the kind
All that
of
kind of
relationship you want us to have?
Well, I think that's the most important part of our relationship, so we should discuss that first.
Is that what you think?
Yes.
I need more than just a battle buddy. I need someone who can talk to me.
Okay.
There's more to our relationship than just battle. If I'm to serve as your steed, that's a lifelong companionship. Emphasis on companionship. It's not all just battle.
Alright.
Unless you intend to just use me for my hit points, is that it?
No.
Yeah? Then why is the first thing you ask me what I can do? What can you do? What can you do? You notice I didn't ask that, I asked your name.
Is he speaking common?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Well, I'm sorry if I offended you.
It's not that you offended me. It's that you established what our relationship would be. You are the summoner. I am that which is summoned. One would think that one would want one's mount to care, to be cared for. Am I just a slave to you?
Well, I would... no. I would have to, apologize.
I can
then.
fly, if you must know, and I can take you with me.
Alright.
I also possess the ability to see death.
Oh.
I eat corpses.
Oh, well...
Don't look at me like that's weird. Most things eat corpses.
Well, I'm a vampire, so I kind of make corpses.
You are a corpse.
Well, firstly, I want to say that this is enlightening to me. My, first time
But you're a vampire, wouldn't that hurt you?
The, first time I tried summoning, I got a flightless bird that couldn't talk very well.
So you
we didn't really
abandoned
have
him and summoned me instead?
Well, yes. I couldn't have a connection with him. If we couldn't even talk to each other.
The creature will narrow its eyes. Oh. Because a bird can't fly, and because it can't talk good, but it's not worth having as a mount? Did you ever think about maybe how it made him feel? Did you even ask him? Did you even inform him before you summoned me?
No.
Wow. I guess that establishes your relationship then.
I guess.
Why would I serve you? After you just told me what you did.
That is a good question. I suppose I can't really ask for trust now. But then again, actions give trust.
The creature will then... I'm just fucking with you. I don't give a shit what that bird thinks. Did you kill him first?
Okay.
We could eat him together.
No, but I could try to get him back.
Nah, it's not wasting any of the exposure on it.
Okay.
You and me are gonna get along just fine as long as you keep killing people. By the way, who's this white-haired gimp that keeps mean-mugging me?
That's Mr. Silva. He's,
Your manservant?
No, he's...
Your sexual object?
No, I don't have that anymore.
Oh.
He's a friend, and also a buddy that is really good at killing.
Oh.
He deals with, like poisons and all that.
Oh, I see.
I don't know if that would, change the taste of a corpse.
I mean, it does. Be a good spice.
Oh.
Anyway, so, who are the rest of the people that you have here?
Let's see. That would be that'd be Broseph.
That's his
He
name?
kind of. Yeah. Actually, wait, hold on. Yeah, that's the name he gives us, but I think he has a
That's a
different name.
stupid name.
Well, I don't know. My name is Cleavland, so.
That's
I
also
would
a
like
stupid name.
Oh,
Give yourself a vampire name, man.
what would a vampire name be?
You know, like...
Cleavland?
No, you idiot. Something like... Dark Maven, or... Shadow Sworn. Or like... Tyler. Better than Cleavland. Also, you shouldn't introduce your name as Cleavland Down. That's just a joke in bad taste. Is your last name really Down?
Yeah. It was the name that I was given.
Oh yeah? Who was your dad? Big Down?
He was.
Or how
I don't know.
about
He was
Down
killed by
Bad?
demons. I don't know. if
Was
he
your
was
mom
sick.
named Head Down?
I don't know. They were killed by demons.
You don't know
I
their
don't know.
names?
No.
How do you not know your own parents' names? When did they die?
Around like 40 years ago.
And how old are you?
Actually, I stopped aging, but I think I've been alive for 45.
So they died when you were 5 and you don't remember their names?
Oh well, they.
But
died
you
when I
remember
was
how
young
they
and-
died.
Well, I was told they were killed by
So
demons.
somebody told you how they
I-
were killed, but not what their names were?
I mean, he didn't know either. He
Then
just
who
said-
told you they died?
The man who raised me, Bright Eyes.
So a guy
Never
raised
told me his
you
name.
who didn't know your parents and who told you they were killed by demons.
Well, my whole entire village was slaughtered, so it wasn't like...
Yeah?
no
Because
civil
he
war.
told you that?
I mean, yeah, he...
Did you ever think that maybe he stole you from your parents?
Well, if he did, I don't know why he would, live in the demon waste.
Because he's a fucking weirdo? First of all, why would somebody who lives in the demon wastes take a child there?
I don't know.
Did he even have a big enough house for a child?
Well, no, we were just constantly on the
And
run.
why didn't he take the other kids from the village?
I don't know. Maybe they all died too.
So, you, the only survivor of your entire village being destroyed, of whose parents your caretaker did not know, nor that you even remember, were taken into the demon waste to be raised by this man.
Yes?
I think your parents are alive and you were kidnapped.
So maybe
I think
my
your
name's
entire
not
life is a lie. Anyway,
Turns
so
to stone.
as I
that's it.
said, I'm Anchoret. It'd be my pleasure to serve as your mount.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Anchoret.
You're welcome.
Well, huh.
A lot of holes in this backstory.
Yeah. I
So,
guess
like your new mount?
Well, I mean, yeah.
Hey, look, the Gimp's
Looks
talking
friendly.
to you. Maybe he
I hope
knows
this
your
one
parents'
flies.
names.
Actually, that would be a good question. Hey, Silva, what you found me
Yes.
when I walked out of the demon waste. About like how long ago would that be?
I think it was in the middle of one of my missions. This was barely 10 years, 12 years-ish. I give it 10, 12.
Okay.
Wait,
Huh.
you walked out of the Demon Wares 12 years ago. Why did you leave?
I mean, it was dangerous to live there.
But you lived there your whole
Oh.
life. Why did you live there the whole time?
Well, because I was with Bright Eyes, but
Why did he live there? Wait, did he
wanted to,
die?
like, kill us, and yeah, he died.
How?
Trying to kill demons. He tried to kill demons, but they got him. And like that kind of was also why he was there. I don't know. He was always a weird individual.
You know, I think you and I should talk about
kill
this later.
Oh, okay.
Your mom likes you.
I am loving this. Unironically.
Basic fucking questions. I think you might have been kidnapped, Cleveland. I think this guy's
Like,
kidnapped.
oh, really? Huh. Well, at least I'll live with my parents.
That's awfully convenient. All those things happen. He didn't like try to kiss you or anything, did he? Like anything weird like that happened? We didn't have a talk about this weirdo, man. Did he try to sacrifice you? Like, what's going on?
It may or may not have happened.
Which may or may not have happened.
Anyway, there you go.
I am thoroughly satisfied.
I think Sivamet likes this
Wonderful
one
deed.
more than the other one.
I love this one.
He's been laughing the whole time in his camera.
I love
Wait a
this
minute,
guy.
I think you were kidding that, bro. It's like, oh, really? I hadn't thought of that. Jeez, what was I doing before this?
All right, cool, awesome. So you did that.
Excellent.
Now what?
Now what do you do?
Now I need
I think I'm going to go pee. Be right back. Pee time.
Beep.
I will need to speak to Cleavland. Cleavland, I'm gonna have you put away your mount for a moment. This only requires the two of us.
Okay. Do I, like, have to desummon him, though? It's,
That's fine, you don't have to. Make sure his eyes turn the other side though. This way.
alright.
He'll hand you a note.
Take the note.
Burn and trash the note when you're done reading it. Now understand that at this point we are not certain of how the brass band would move, but we can make a few assumptions. But at the first sign, when we believe the brass baron is, I would say, moving suspiciously, you have your orders in there.
Alright.
Alright.
Cleveland didn't eat the
No,
note.
on second. Excellent. Alright, let's return to the party.
Can't wait for them to make Ankaret.
Hey guys, do you see Cleveland's new mount?
His name is Ankaret. He's so what was it, a volcano? He's a volcano.
He doesn't look like a fox.
He didn't. Well,
What? I think it's like vulture. He says that he and I will get along great as long as I keep killing people.
our specialty.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we
For the
could.
bird hunt.
So about
Does
this
one-
not
how long
kill
does this one
people?
fly for?
Well, like he eats
he-
vultures, and he can fly.
He flies. I guess he flies like a normal bird would. Say, Brokhar, you mentioned you want to talk about something when you return back. Specifically the contents in the demon waste.
Say that again.
You mentioned you want to talk to us about something.
Oh, the orders.
Yes.
I mean,
We could gather the party right now and we try to sort it out if needed. If not, then that's fine.
yeah, I mean, there's nothing really big to reveal. The orders initially for the. Let me pull them up actually. Make sure I read it right.
By any chance, was it to retrieve something?
It was
From
just
here.
to retrieve any artifacts we can find and then secure the lab for the Baron's use in the demon waste, which
Oh.
we kind of did. Instead of an artifact, we brought him a lich and then kind of
And a whole city?
secured the lab. So, success.
I see. I see. Yeah, I had my suspicion you wanted something from the lab. But yeah. So, presuming we're going for Saphira, how do you plan on getting there? Or at least what do you plan to do? Or at least
Good old
what is our
leg power.
path to that?
I mean, unless we can get some horses, which
Oh.
we might be able to do.
Well, traveling
get
is
some
easy,
horses.
right?
Yeah.
It's the
I mean, I think-
checkpoints, like where are we stopping and what are we gonna do first, you know? That's the question.
Yeah. Well,
I
before we
may major.
go ahead.
I do believe
Lieutenant
your.
by the
Yes,
way.
Lieutenant Colonel. I'm gonna have to get used to that. I do believe your new friend spoke to the Baron about new means of transport, potentially similar to that metal carriage we took.
Yeah, that might be something we can use. If there's a portent that leads from one of the dwarven ruins into Saphira, that would be helpful.
Even if it just
I did
goes,
wanna
because
ask
we're in
you
the
all,
north. Anything that
because
takes
we-
us farther south is beneficial.
Yeah. Instead of immediately settling on Saphira, I did want to ask you all if you had the choice between, liberating Saphira or going to the west and liberating Hyghpriest, which would you want to do between those two? Because they would both be valuable, but I lean more towards Saphira.
The Pale City.
Okay.
I need to speak for that because if
I'm back.
that was the plan that was offered, and the deal that the Baron made was to go after the Pale
Well,
City,
the Baron's gonna go for the Pale City. We're not locked in. Like, we can do other things.
I understand that, but I
Did I miss
Would-
anything?
No, not really.
in
We're
character
discussing options.
Discussing which campaign. Right?
Okay. Continue.
I am
Before
of
that, me and Cleveland talked about the orders we had.
Okay.
Lieutenant
Yeah,
Colonel,
that's fine.
I am of the strict belief that our squad and the Brass Shadows would be instrumental in taking the Pale City.
Sure, and I'm not shooting that down completely. I'm just
Mhm.
I want to get everyone's opinions on it. I lean towards Saphira. Like, I believe the Brass Baron will be able to take the Pale City.
The
I
problem
might
is,
be overconfident in him, but
what if he fails there? Then the taking of Saphira, the taking of the West, is irrelevant. The army is broken. Baron is potentially captured. Everything's lost. It needs to be everything in there. Once we have the Pale City, we can take Saphira and the West whenever we want with less
I don't know about that
opposition.
because it's
If
going
we-
to take all of our resources to take the Pale City. So
But-
if we mark beside, and we also don't know the changing nature of what's going on with Saphira and Hyghpriest. Like, they could be getting worse and worse as we're away dealing with the Pale City. So
We don't. But if what Zyra said is true, and Mytheria sleeps beneath the Pale City, and we remove Mytheria, the entirety of the church loses its religious power. Its clerics and paladins lose their blessings. That will shake the continent. And as weakened as we will be, the people will rise up against Matheria, and then we will be uniting the people. To me, I see this going far better if we are there in the Pale City. And while Saphira and the West would be good to have, I'm worried that splitting our forces could lead to a... you understand.
Right. How does everyone else feel? Where's Elias?
Who knows?
I think he went for the booze cruise.
Lieutenant Colonel, I do have my views on the matter. I
Sure,
don't think it
sure.
is. I don't think it is an urgent matter to take the Pale City. In fact, I do think that Corvallis in its own right is burning, and walls are erecting all over the place. You just saw it earlier this morning that there was a light that beamed across the three cities. I am under no illusions that there might be conflict in that region, and I don't think the Mytherians will be recovering anytime soon. I think it's just foolish to have to waste our resources to wage a war that we don't really have to. Best to hunker down, build our strength, and at the end of the war, we take the leftovers and we knock out the rest of them. For that, I'm with you on the journey to Saphira. I think in order to hunker down and to really build a strong network, we need to remove Saphira from power. We need to conquer Hellhorn. We need to conquer the Twist River.
Gotcha. And what about you, Balthazar, Cleavland? Any thoughts on the matter?
Cleveland would look at Balthazar.
Is Balthazar just sleeping on the table?
You're muted if you're talking.
I'd say Saphira.
All right. Cleveland, what do you think? Do you have any particular leanings when it comes to what's available to us?
In all honesty, Lieutenant Colonel, ever since meeting Zyra, and he has actually showed me some of the carnage he has done to the demons, and it fills me with anger and resentment from myself for not being there to contribute even just one kill. I want to fight, Lieutenant Colonel. I want to kill demons. I want to lay waste to the creatures that destroyed and continue to destroy.
Do we know
their
exactly the current state of Hykio? Like, is it a demon incursion in Hykio?
As far as we know, I think it's like they had some type of demon, in character, they had some type of demon rampage through them. I don't know whether we have all of the knowledge in that. That's as far as we have. They have a bit of a demon incursion, quote unquote. So the area is probably corrupted. Probably as far as we know, unless we talk to the
I was
Baron.
gonna say, if you're dead set on going after demons, that's still available in the West. We could help stamp that out. Elias, where are you? Get over here. Is he
I'm
gone?
training. No one came to get him. He fucking went out back. It was like, okay, I guess we have free time.
Where? Oh my god, what the heck? What are you doing way over there?
I saw this
you're-
cool building thing over here, and I was like, ooh, that's a cool spot.
Looks like a tower. Or
Hey
an
Cleveland, could you cast sending to Elias and tell him to come back in?
outpost.
Is
Incidentally, good
Elias
function.
just breaking it down somewhere?
He's all the way
Way up in top left.
west.
Where?
He's in a little shack over there.
Oh shit! He's out there just like nobody will find me in the clubhouse.
I've told multiple days of free time. I was like, okay, I'll train. Sure.
Multiple days of free time. I'm going to the gooning hut.
Oh, yeah.
But he's literally just meditating in there. Big burger, Big Mac Whopper, hamburger, cheeseburger.
Hey, Elias,
Horse girls, but
Colonel
no
wants you.
sexual. Horse girls, but no sexual.
Oh my god.
NSFW, horse girls racing.
What the?
Really cool animation, better than soccer.
On God, though.
Blue Lock really let their animation slip, but horse girl racing SFW. I'm sorry, me and Sivamet were having a moment there. Apologies.
Yeah, you good.
Clown to clown communication.
I sent that meme up into the clown. The clown? Instead of the clown? Very good. Good joke, me. Glory suffer. Okay!
Cast sending.
What are you guys doing?
Colonel wants you.
Oh, okay. In the midst of
Elias's
your meditation.
opinion.
In the midst of your meditation, Elias.
Your opinion is requested.
You are moments away from achieving nirvana. True balance. When all of a sudden you hear, oh god, what is it? Oh god, what's the phone, the standard, god, the phone ring sound? No, what is it? No, it's
Yeah, I think it's better if it's just the Apple alarm clock.
Oh yeah, it's like he's yeah, he's sitting there, it's like
My brain.
Elias, Brokhar wants your Elias.
Okay.
No, hold on. I will use Cleveland's actual ringtone when he says his sending to Elias.
Oh no.
My name is Cleveland down, and I am proud to be right back. What the fuck does he want? I'm busy.
Damn it. I was researching the ancient scrolls out here.
It's like you're
Can the monk not get his kung fu time?
You're doing
Wait, do you say anything back or you just grumble?
You're doing calligraphy, and he calls you, and he goes, like, and the whole mark goes off.
Bastard.
Can the monk not get his kung fu time? Elias responds with growling and wow.
Oh, I thought he responded by calling me a bastard.
You bastard.
He called me a bastard.
Elias kicks open
door. Kicks open door.
He kicks open door. He's got curling irons in his hair. What?
Oh my god.
I'm busy.
I was having my alone time.
Well, we've got a few options to go over in regards to what we're doing after we leave here. Party seems to be split on either marching with the Brass Baron into the Pale City, freeing Saphira, or freeing Hykio. What do you think?
Freeing Saphira is I think it's more like conquest.
Conquest. Well, whatever. Getting Saphira.
Same difference.
Liberating Saphira from their weaker government.
Yes, exactly.
And he's doing a stronger.
Speaking democracy.
That's right. Fucking. Dun, 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 dun.
We've come to liberate you from your oil.
Please not
That
resist.
oil. Allow me.
Please do resist.
What does Elias think? While holding his vanilla Dr. Pepper.
I don't care. I'll go with everyone you want.
Okay. Well, in that case, you can go back to the Goon Cave.
It's a hut, actually.
The Goon Hut, sorry.
My
Same
meditation chamber.
My meditation chamber.
Suspiciously.
You go in there. There's just a bunch of just meme degenerate anime stuff.
Massage chair.
That's the only
There's
piece of
little
furniture.
figures that he just carved out with his claws.
Copious amount of jars.
What's that jar for? Oh, that's where I scream. Did I just scream into the jar?
Where I store my key.
That's where I store my...
It's
On
just
my
a bunch of
key.
empty jars
Oh,
on
that's
shelves.
jar.
I've gotta store my key.
Don't mind the horse figurine in there.
The fucking actual, the most powerful monk on Corvanus. It's just, I'm gonna go store my key in my gooning hut. I mean, meditation chamber.
Same difference.
Oh, yeah.
He's married, by the way.
Yeah.
And
And
He still got his own fucking life to live, bro.
We have an understanding.
Elias's dad lore is crazy, dude. Before I settled down with Brokhar, I wandered the gooning caves of the ancient south.
the ice under, not the goon under.
I gooned where no man gooned before.
It was I that broke through the previous barrier. Anyway,
All right,
what's it gonna be, guys?
Broseph, do you have a second opinion? There's not enough
Personally,
votes for the Pale City, so
I know.
I know you
but
really. I know you're set on it, but just like
I am wholly against just going to war with the. Where would we going in the West? Because there's lots to the
So-
West. Are we going to Haikyuu? Are we going to the Broken Brothers? Are we going to the City of Glass?
oh, so you're not even considering Saphira. Like you're just.
Well, I want to know where in the
West?
West would you want us to go? Because there's a lot to the West.
Arcadum, what was all that like in the West that you talked about? Oh, the one commander was talking about securing the West. Like only part of it was like securing Haikyuu, but there was
The
No,
Broken Brothers.
I can go over them all again if you'd like.
just the portion where it's like securing the West. Like what was that one?
I think that one was
That
The Broken
is-
Brothers.
That is conquering the Court of Curses, the Broken Brothers, and that is also literally elves.
Okay,
Elves.
not the literally elves, but
Elves.
yeah, the
Not
Court of
not
Curses.
Operation Righteous Racism, but conquering.
Yeah.
He wished to
So
be,
if-
he wished to be based, not based and dwarf pilled.
Right.
based in what?
Problem.
Operation Blitzkrieg Poland.
Oh no. That's what they call it.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Operation Free Taiwan.
Oh no.
So
Oh,
if
no.
the two options are between going down to the free city of Saphira and deposing the relatively peaceful and happy people, which I'm certain they will be ever so gracious of, and going to fight a bunch of abominations that we may or may not have had a hand in adding to the number of, I would say the abominate. I'd go to the Broken Brothers. That
Yeah.
sounds a lot less horrible to me.
And what, Arcadum, what is the situation? I thought they were.
What's up?
Mm.
What is the situation in Saphira right now?
As of right now, it is believed from the Brass Baron's spies that Saphira is currently in a precarious position because Hailhorn and to a lesser extent Twist River are currently in a position in which they may be taken over by the Brass Baron. That's what he wants to do. Because he wants to force Saphira. He doesn't want to conquer Saphira. He wants to force Saphira to have to trade with only him. Because if he's able to landlock Saphira to being the only port, with the Silver Coast destroyed, it has to trade with him. So that means he gets access to all of the positive sides of Saphira's trade, but none of the negatives, because he doesn't have to deal with the foreigners and stuff like that. But in order to do that, he needs to break through the free cities. So the free cities have a military alignment with each other, that they'll defend each other if they're attacked. As of right now, it seems, as was revealed today, that he has made some sort of manipulations with the Baron of Hailhorn to allow him to cross the river, that the smallest point at the river, allowing his troops to cross, which means that he could march to the south. Because there's 2 large rivers and a bigger delta of them that make it difficult to cross into the Twist River, difficult to cross into the free cities if you do not have a sufficient amount of logistics. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Twist River is also resistant to the Brass Baron, but it has ties to Blackfield. Blackfield is currently being manipulated in order to turn Twist River against the military pack. If that is able to happen, or if the Baron is able to just simply conquer both of those cities, that would leave Saphira locked in. The Baron does not wish to conquer Saphira, only to control trade.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So not stabbing the motherfucker, just choking him out, you know?
It's more so buying his house and having him pay you rent.
Yeah,
Oh no.
that works for me.
That's how you get back at your bullies, guys. You don't punch them in the face. You buy their family's house and make their mother pay you rent.
So if we were sent down there, or chose to go down there, what would we be looking at? Would we be going to fight Flanderton?
Flanderton. That's the 3 kings. We're talking about the 3 cities.
So just Twist River then, because Hailhorn's kind of in pocket.
To capture Twist River and Hailhorn, yes.
Okay.
I see what you're saying about the Broken Brothers and the Court of Curses. Like, hearing it laid out like that actually... I mean, it sounds like we could actually do more good, quotation marks, by going to the west and...
So much good.
Handling the Court of Curses and the Broken Brothers.
Punishing the elves.
And oil.
Oh,
Yes.
Wait, what?
And oil.
The problem is the Broken Brothers doesn't really advance the Baron's military position too well, other than, securing the Broken Oaks.
Well, it actually does, because it secures one of his flanks. Which means if you destroy the Court of Curses, he doesn't have to put men on his flank anymore.
Alright, fair enough.
Yeah, battle on 2 fronts, bad.
Yeah,
That was
I think
one
given
point.
that, I'm actually leaning more towards Court of Curses.
That's why
Broken Brothers.
That's why World War II.
I don't know. What do you guys think? Are you still considering Saphira, or
I
Do we
could
have-
change my mind
It's also
to the Broken Brothers.
It's also that I know Elias doesn't favor large-scale military conflict, and that's what Twist
Plus,
River and Hailhorn would be.
Cleveland might be able to go kill some demons if we go over Court of Curses.
Aberrations.
Hmm.
You'll be
They're
there.
aberrations.
Well,
Something.
there might be some
something.
But
demons out there.
There might
I
be
do
some.
have Calicent.
They ain't humans,
You
so they
have
ain't
the Iron
rats.
Judge.
I like it.
Non-humans, put them down.
But I will say, no plan is more tempting to me than, above board for a second, getting on a train with our military, stampeding under the demon wastes, and then blitzkrieging
yes,
the
I
fuck out of
know,
a
I
pale
know.
city.
I know. I got it.
That's so fucking cool!
It does sound pretty cool.
I'm gonna be honest, I want to do that purely because I want to fuck with Merciless.
It's so cool!
So, it does sound pretty cool.
Down the weak, those who deceive us.
No one let us burn.
I want to know, Brokhar, what is your qualm with going for the Pale City?
Why do just that when we can do more?
Because if we do that, everything else will fall into place. There will be
Yeah,
no one
that's
on the
such an
continent
assumption.
to oppose the Brass Baron.
That's such an assumption.
That's such an assumption. Like the aberrations are spreading over time. Like in the time it takes us to take the Pale City, the aberrations and the Broken Brothers could spread to a degree where you just can't get them under control. Like the continent has multiple problems. Like we can't just pretend like the Pale City is the one and only meaningful problem.
Mm.
You know,
Checking the notes. Actually,
Not the only
no.
problem.
Here's
but
the point.
the biggest.
Here's a point to zone in on. Zyra said that the Saints, or whatever, of the Pale City were trying to resurrect Netheria, meaning that is time sensitive as well. There's not going to be a better time than this to do this. And if we don't, then the alternative is when we eventually have to march on the Pale City, they will be more cloistered, more prepared, and more defended.
well, the Brass Baron's going to the Pale City regardless. Like, he's just going straight there.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of what
Agreed,
we're
yeah.
doing. Like, just what our group is doing.
And someone else could go to the Broken Oath. Someone else could go to Saphira. I see our purpose as the Brass
He's not
Shadows
gonna-
built for...
No. He's not going to split it because it was explicitly stated it's going to take literally every resource he has thrown at the Pale City. So if we don't go anywhere else, nothing else gets done.
I don't know if that's the case. Because if we're going there, then... One, if he's throwing... It is the case?
It takes it like I explained that I felt pretty clearly.
Yeah, pretty
that
explicitly.
if you want to take the Pale City, it will take everything the Baron has.
Does that include us?
Yes. You are a part of
Okay.
what the Baron has. It will take
Okay.
everything
This-
the Baron has. Because if
Oh,
he
so if
fails,
we don't go to the Pale
Strongest man,
City,
I may
like, he's
add.
gonna fail?
no, he won't go. If like this is about what orders you wanted to undertake. He hasn't decided to go to the Pale City. The ambition is there, and you could convince him to do it. But he is also aware of how risky it is.
But if we don't go, he won't go. Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, what does that mean for the deal between him and Zyra then? Like, does that deal just fall apart completely if he doesn't go to the Pale City?
It means we don't get to use his stuff.
Yeah.
That's the deal that was made. That doesn't mean that he's going to follow through with it. That was the point.
There was nothing binding.
That was an additional option.
If we want to take the Pale
There's
City,
a very
we have
big-
to be the ones to do it.
There's a very real difference between what was agreed to and what actually happens, especially in warfare. Right? The most ambitious move would be to follow through with the goading of Zyra, who is a chosen of the Orange, the concept of ambition itself, to go to the Pale City and take it down. But to do so would take everything the Brass Baron has. And if he failed, he would essentially lose his entire position. Everything he's worked for. It is a huge gamble. Or he could take one of the other approaches. Your role is to see which ones that you want to push him towards, because he values your input. And if you don't
I
choose,
say we
and
could-
if
in
you
that
don't,
case-
if you don't choose the Pale City, then you can choose anywhere else because he can split his forces up.
Do we understand his ambitions with Wonhao? Despite our movements, let's say we decide not to do the Pale City rush, will he still attempt to take the throne in Wonhao?
Depends on what you convince him of.
Okay.
Can we?
The Brass Baron is a man, and therefore can be persuaded.
Would it be possible to convince him to make a peace deal with Mournhal contingent on Mournhal lending the Brass Baron their armed forces to help take the Pale City?
So that would be the Pale City. That would just, because that's part of the Pale City plan, is to arrange a ceasefire with Mournhal so that they could move through the city and punch their way through to the Pale City.
Yeah, calling all favors.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think WorkinJoe's asking if it'd be possible to negotiate for the soldiers of Mournhal to also move on the Pale City.
There's no way they would do that. They
Yeah,
can
they
barely
wouldn't
hold
leave
the city
their-
as it is.
They wouldn't leave their position because then afterwards, you know.
Well, they don't have the men to do that. They can barely hold the city as it is. A city with walls and choke points.
Brokhar, what are you leaning towards to right now? I'm very curious.
Well, now I'm not sure. I didn't know that he was just going to not go for the Pale City if we weren't there with them. So
I should put it this way: he may. I have to decide, but the chances of him succeeding are low without your help.
Know that the Baron cannot operate without us.
Well, it's not so much that. It's about where you want to put your heroic strength, right?
Well, I say it as a figure of speech.
Yeah.
Right. I believe
I think we just go Pale City then.
Well, let's stop and think about it for a bit. I feel like there are many ways to destroy the Pale City, right? Right now, the Pale City is not in a very good shape, and the Brass Baron has all the leverage he could ever get. I think the best thing we can do here is to hunker down and have him build his empire, build a castle of brass, cast a shadow over the Mytharian light, and then we work on our strategies after. Sure, the Mytharians may recover.
That's essentially going for the Court of Curses then, because that was essentially the plan.
Right, but let's think long term for a moment, right? Now let's say the Mytharians gather their strength and they become difficult to penetrate again. The Brass Baron would have mustered up an empire, an economic empire that will trump even the strongest state of Mytheria at that point. Hopefully, right? Not to say definitely, but hopefully we get to build our strengths so powerful that we do not even need to send a single soldier out to make a case against the Pale City. We could end the war through deterrence without having to shed needless bloodshed. That's how I feel on the matter. I think taking on
You know what? You're making sense.
And
I think I go with my original gut
on years of
Saphira
hypotheticals and what ifs. That is assuming so much.
I believe that if we want to do any good, I think we should work towards deterrence and building up strength instead of wasting it on wars that we do not know if we can even win in the first place. I think the best thing we can do is cover our flanks, take out the aberration, work with Saphira. If we have to, take over them and try to build off that. I think there's a lot more opportunities to be had if we try for the hunkering and the wise usage of our leverage instead of wasting our troops. In combat, anything can happen, but in economics,
and over the course,
if not everything, are well planned out.
Over the course of 5 to 10 years, or however long it takes for him to build up this economic empire, you're assuming that no other factors come into play, that the Pale City does not move against him, that Mordhau stays consistent, that the fucking West does not try to push.
Nope, did not say that. Nope, did not say that. I said that he should focus on himself and build his empire. I did not say that anybody else will not hinder him. Sure, there will be hindrance, but it doesn't change the fact that you ought to prioritize your own empire if your aspirations is to rule Corvinus.
But he could strike
rule a
now
nation over bloodshed and fire, or would you rule it over a strong empire, over a strong economic empire? This war does not happen. The war does not have to happen today. The war does not need to happen now, right? It could happen.
But it can be over now.
Many years in the future. It is fine. The war can happen many years in the future, but as it stands right now, I believe that Corvinus has not had the opportunity to live since Mytharian rule. I think if the Brass Barons can, he should give us every moment and every respite to take our minds off the war and focus on building ourselves.
All right.
Defend ourselves.
We have now reached the point. Brokhar, as Lieutenant Colonel, what advice will you give the Brass Baron, of which your influence may persuade him?
I'll go with my original advice that I gave him.
My man!
So leaning towards taking the West and the capturing of Twist River and Hailhorn.
Yeah.
So be it.
Is that the West? I thought that's South.
Yeah, that's two different.
The Broken Brothers.
Those are the two. Those are the two.
Oh,
things
yeah, okay, yeah.
Those are the two things that he suggested.
Excellent. Yeah.
All right.
We're not going to do what the racist dwarf just said, right? Like.
No. He wants to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank God for
I
that.
think you should do that.
When I hear the West, I'm thinking, yep, not that.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, I have some thinking to do, but next session you will begin your final chapter. In
Let me remind you.
all of its glory.
Oh boy.
Now, may I remind you guys that we are not called the Brass War. Okay, we are called the Brass Tax.
We're called Fire and Blood. Not
We
anymore.
are called the Brass Tax. All right, and we will tax every single cargo, every single kilo. Sorry, how do you measure?
We measure
Instead
in
of
war.
kilo.
We measure in wars 1.
Ooh.
Like what's kilos equivalent to?
That's about 6 wars
Sweden
1.
units? Okay, come on. Is it ounces? How
I,
heavy is it? Okay,
I don't
ounces.
have any idea. I don't learn the
What
measurements
is kilo?
of the smaller countries. Anyway,
Okay.
thanks for the raid there, Maniacal and Nicole. Right at the end, we're about to be finished here. Thanks everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel. Feels good. You're good. We're all good. Hugs / and/or kisses. All right. Let's see if we got any faned art.
No.
It's Miles. Yes.
Billy, it's been weeks. What's he's doing? You'll see.
Yes.
Oh, actually, I have this whole thing planned for Billy. It's gonna be awesome.
I can't wait to see him again.
He's gonna show up.
All right. Oh, also, big shout out to the #1 fan of the Brass Tacks, Big
my God,
Dirty.
it's
Dirty Tuna.
That's my homeboy right there.
Big
My
Dirty
man.
Tuna himself.
My man.
My man. Filthy fish of inordinate size. Let's go.
Let's go. And now we await the response.
Also, once again, thanks for the raid. All right, let's get this party wrapped up. Thanks for watching, guys. See y'all next. Oh, dude, I just noticed the worm tongue gif that you put in there. Sivamet. Why do you bring such troubles to an already troubled mind? Bye, everybody.